It's actually amazing that after 2 years we are still talking about Zelda Breath of the Wild. The over 100 mysterious shrines that are scattered among the vast Hyrule Kingdom have been the focus of many videos, including mine of the top 15 hardest shrines in the game. However, what many people haven't talked about is how great some of these shrines are, with their fun, challenging, and sometimes suspenseful puzzles that add even more character to a game already filled with it. These amazing shrines are what I decided to make the main topic of today's video. My name is Copycat, and welcome to the top 10 best shrines in Zelda Breath of the Wild. The Makarov Shrine is located in the Hebra Tower region near Lake Kilsea. Getting here is a bit tricky, so listen closely. Near the docks of the lake, there's a small hill with a pile of rocks on it that you need to explode to trigger an updraft. Use this updraft to paraglide across the body of water to the bank on the other side. This circular pattern of gliding and breaking rocks continues a few times until you reach a high ledge along the wall on the lake's west side. Drop down the wide opening towards a pool of water, then swim under a low rock overhang to finally find the area the shrine is located. After defeating a few enemies, you'll be finally allowed to enter. This shrine has several different types of puzzles, the first being a rotating cylinder with spiked floor sections that you slowly need to traverse across, being careful not to fall into the lava below. The next room is full of Guardian Scouts, so you can either attack them straight on with your sword or stand back and shoot them with arrows. The very next part has you triggering a switch, trying to avoid a spike ball barreling towards you. For the last section, use magnesis or stasis on the ball rolling towards you. If done correctly, it should be interrupted, and you'll be able to run up the ramp towards the Spirit Orb at the end. This shrine makes this list as discovering it, plus solving the interesting puzzles, is immensely satisfying. The Dowches Shrine is located just outside the entrance of Gerudo Town. To complete this shrine and gain all the chests, you'll have to use electricity, a large metal box, and metal barrels to open a series of doors. This puzzle is extremely fun and will take a little bit of time to finally figure out and gain the Spirit Orb at its end. The Kaokyo Shrine is located southwest of Tabantha Tower in western Hyrule. This shrine can be found underneath a large slab of rock that needs to be removed if you use stasis, then hit it with a weapon. Inside the shrine, you'll immediately find a chest with a Korok leaf inside it, which you need to complete it. In the next room, you'll have to defeat 3 Guardian Scouts, then use that Korok leaf to trigger a floating platform tied to 4 balloons. Using this platform and the wind from the Korok leaf, you can get to a chest containing 300 rupees. Once you get the floating platform to the other end of the room, defeat a few guardians, then use a bomb to destroy rocks blocking your path. In the third room, set up on the platform so when you trigger the switch it will send you flying upwards. From here you can gain access to a chest, then move to the updraft in the middle of the room, sending you to the upper floor. For the final part, you'll have to traverse using the ballooned platform through a maze of spikes. After this small section, you'll have to use the Korok leaf to blow an exploding barrel towards the breakable block section, which will explode if it touches the flames. Or you could use stasis and hit it towards the bricks. When you finally break the blocks, you can use the updraft to get the chests and gain the Spirit Orb at the shrine's end. The Buttock Shrine is located near the Hebra Tower in western Hyrule. This shrine is all about triggering switches to access its different parts. The first room has you using stasis on a rotating platform so a ball can roll down a slope and trigger the entrance to the next room. In this room, there's a brick wall immediately as you enter, so you can break it with a remote bomb, then grab a barrel, stasis it, and damage it so it launches towards the switch, revealing the chest. There's also another chest that can only be gotten if you stasis a ball, then hit it towards a floor switch. To get the spirit orb, place the barrel in front of the movable ramp and blast it towards it, knocking it down to trigger the switch, opening the spirit chamber. Figuring out small puzzles like this in shrines are tons of fun and leave you wanting much more. The Net-Ez Yama Shrine is located right inside of Zora's domain. This shrine has you trying to guide a glowing boulder into a receptacle without it running into the laser or falling off the edge. To get this to work, you'll have to use a combination of Crynosis and Stasis to keep the boulder in the right place and whack it into the hole. This will definitely take a few tries to open the spirit orb chamber, but it definitely is tons of fun. To get the Shin Pagose Shrine to open, you'll have to complete the 2-ring shrine quest that is located south of Ridgeland Tower near the Jetto Bridge. This quest is called 2 rings because you have to fire 1 arrow through 2 rock holes found in the area. This can be difficult because of how far away they are and how some of the rings just don't seem to want to line up, but eventually you'll find the right one and unveil the shrine. The puzzle within has you walking back and forth between 2 pressure plates, moving rotating platforms back and forth, making sure each ball enters the right receptacle. This is basically a giant marble run and isn't too difficult, but it's fun to figure out and to mess around with. The Shah Warvo Shrine is located in the Tabantha Tower region close to the Rito Village flight range. This shrine is really interesting as it makes you paraglide around it using the updrafts to collect the treasure chests and find the hidden entrance to the spirit orb. There aren't many creative shrines like this one, so even though it's relatively easy, it doesn't mean that it's not fun. The Kutakar Shrine is located northeast of the Gerudo Tower. The puzzle in this shrine is a challenge of having to bring an ice cube to the end while avoiding the pillars of fire that are trying to melt it. You'll have to do a combination of throwing the ice cube and using magnesis on the metal block to progress. You can also throw the ice cube a few times through the fire as it can shrink just a bit. This shrine took me several tries to complete, but as soon as you understand how to use magnesis on the metal cube, you'll be able to complete this fun puzzle. It actually isn't the Jiten Sami Shrine itself that's amazing, but the quest you need to complete to unveil it. On top of Mount Lanairu, you'll find Nidra the dragon, who looks absolutely menacing as it's been infected with evil eyeballs by Ganon. To destroy these eyeballs, you'll have to use a combination of updrafts and pulling out your bow and arrow to slow time, making the targeting much easier. Once you follow the dragon around a bit and clear its infection, it will transform into its true form and drop its scale, allowing you to access the shrine. Shrines like this add an absolutely magical experience to this already amazing game. The Shoraha Shrine is located just beyond Goron City on Death Mountain and belongs on this list due to the large amount of puzzles you have to solve to reach the monk at the end. To begin this shrine, you'll have to use magnesis to first move the spike platform so you can walk underneath it, then use magnesis to move the stair to reach the flame. You can either use the torch on the ground or fire arrows to trigger the opening of the gate towards the next area. Here, you'll have to light an arrow again and shoot it towards the torch in the distance while avoiding the spurting water. A torch on a moving platform should trigger, and you have to light this one as well, which will deploy a missing part of the staircase back in the first area. Up the staircase, step on a pressure plate, which will activate the next area, and use magnesis on the giant spiked ball so it doesn't crush you. You can use this ball to defeat the 2 guardians, then use the blue flame from the moving platform to open the gate in the next area. At first, this next puzzle looks simple, as you need to light all 3 torches. However, lighting one will trigger the water spouts to activate. You'll have to line it up from the side to get both at the same time. After this, there's another lineup shot, but this time involving moving platforms and water spouts. On the other side, defeat the 3 guardians and carry the blue flame to the next section, which looks complicated at first, but is actually really simple. All you have to do is light the first torch, then perform a spin move right in the middle of the group of unlit torches. Finally, this unnecessarily long shrine is complete, and you can collect the spirit orb at its end. Alright, so that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I really hope you did enjoy this one. I know I left some out, like the motion control shrines and Eventide. I only did that because they are a little bit controversial, and people can't agree to like them, so obviously they aren't the best shrines. But if I did leave any other out, then let me know in the comments below. And of course, subscribe to my channel while hitting that bell button. I hope you guys all have a good day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!